What's up, guys? This is Andrew Erickson from Fantasy Pros, and today we're going to talk about something that we all do: hoard our rookie Dynasty draft picks. We fall in love with the unknown upside of some of these first-year players compared to some of the NFL veteran commodities that we know too well. However, I think a lot of this has to do with just FOMO. We love drafting in our rookie Dynasty drafts. We love navigating the rookie draft board like Howie Roseman. Let me know in the comments how many rookie Dynasty draft picks you have upcoming this season. But keep in mind, we're in the business of winning these Dynasty leagues. So there's no better time than right now to sell high during peak pre-NFL draft season. In part one of this two-part video series, I'm going to talk about the veterans you can get with some of these highly sought-after rookie draft picks. Keep in mind, this year's class, very strong at running back and tight end, not so much at wide receiver and quarterback. We're going to use the Fantasy Pros updated Dynasty value trade chart to best determine what veterans we can get with what rookie picks. But before we get to the player targets, we got to talk about Fantasy Pros Trade Analyzer tool. Evaluate trades with confidence using Fantasy Pros Trade Analyzer. Instantly see the impact of trades on your team and get expert recommendations. Whether you're making a 2-for-1 deal or swapping a couple of draft picks for that one stud who will help you win now, the Trade Analyzer will help you optimize your roster and make smarter decisions. Try the Trade Analyzer today at fantasypros.com/myplaybook or on the Fantasy Football My Playbook app and dominate your league. To kick things off, we'll start with early first-round picks, starting with wide receiver Drake London. You can acquire the Falcons' #1 wide receiver with a top 3 rookie pick in this year's draft. Look, he's not even 24 years old yet, coming off a breakout season with 100 catches, 1,200 yards, and 9 touchdowns. With the 103 in rookie drafts, you could also draft 22-year-old Arizona wide receiver Tetral McMillan, or projected first-round running back from UNC, Omarion Hampton. Or you could trade for a trio of young former Ohio State wide receivers, including Marvin Harrison Jr., Jack Smith, and Jigba, for Garrett Wilson. In Superflex formats, Miami quarterback Cam Ward will also be a top 3 selection. But let's say your roster doesn't need a quarterback. You could potentially trade out of the 103 or 104 for running backs such as 24-year-old Breece Hall, 26-year-old Jonathan Taylor, or second-year wide receiver for the Bears, Rome Odunze. Odunze might be one of my favorite Dynasty targets to get after this offseason. The former top 10 pick from last year is only going to be 23 years old, slated to take a massive leap in year 2. Keenan Allen and offensive coordinator Sean Waldron are ancient history in Chicago. The Bears have revamped their offensive line during free agency. I think this might be your last chance to acquire Caleb Williams' future #1 wide receiver at an adequate price. But what if you do need a quarterback? You could also send that top 3 option for Michael Penix Jr. or Trevor Lawrence. Even Jared Goff could be a nice option to help quarterback-needy teams instead of rolling the dice on a bad rookie quarterback class. Feels steep, maybe it's a slight overpay, but investing in quarterbacks in Superflex formats won't go to waste. Now, let's move to the mid-first round picks. If you miss out on the top-tier rookie running backs, I do think there's one veteran running back I would like to acquire with a middle first-round rookie pick. Steelers running back Jaylen Warren. Unless he gets totally wildly pipped by a first-round running back in this year's draft, his biggest competition is with Kenneth Gainwell and then a potential round 3 or 4 rookie in the Steelers' backfield. Pittsburgh doesn't have a second-round pick in this year's draft after the DK Metcalf trade. At 109 or 110, that pick also might work to get Jaylen Warren. Or, instead of going running back, you look at receivers. My favorite buy low Dynasty wide receivers include Jaylen Waddle. The Dolphins wide receiver is just 26 years old, while his teammate Tyreek Hill is turning 31. Hill also has a potential out in his contract in 2026, while Waddle is locked in until 2028. Despite 2 down years for Waddle, he's still top 15 in receiving yards through his first 4 seasons in the NFL. I'm taking Waddle over every other rookie wide receiver in this class, not named T-Mac. Anywhere from the 104 to 108, I think is prime flipping for Jaylen Waddle. Probably bucket Chris Olave in a similar range, although I like Waddle more as a target. Saint wide receiver is just 25 years old, coming off an injury-plagued season. 49ers wide receiver Ricky Pearsall is also valued similarly in the Dynasty value chart in that 107 range. If you could only choose one of Waddle, Olave, or Pearsall in Dynasty, who would you ride with? Let me know in the comments. Also in that similar range, 106 to 107, is Chiefs wide receiver Xavier Worthy. Rashee Rice's return makes Worthy attainable with a middle first-round rookie pick. But the speedster from Texas showed out in the second half of last year for KC, and and doesn't carry as much risk as Rice, even if he does have his fair share of risk as well. As their quarterback needy team stuck picking in the middle of round 1, I would flip Bryce Young or Dak Prescott instead of potentially reaching on Shedeur Sanders. Now let's finish with some of these late first round picks and potential early seconds. I think that these are prime ones to sell high on for contending dynasty teams. If you need a quarterback in Superflex, I'm setting some lowball offers for Anthony Richardson. Managers that roster him are just looking for ways to get out. Trust me, I've talked to them. I can't say I blame them, but the price dip cannot be ignored. Richardson is not even 23 years old yet. He's younger than both of the top 2 rookie quarterbacks in this year's class. We knew the upside is there, and the price has dropped so substantially, I think he's worth kicking the tires on for a frustrated manager. You can always add Daniel Jones as some insurance later on. After sending out some polls on X and Discord, it came to my attention it doesn't even have to be a first at all. It should be a first plus, or else we're talking second round rookie picks at worst for Anthony Richardson. As my final target, I couldn't believe how low the market was on this particular player. I proposed the 1 of 10 and 111 for Packers wide receiver Jayden Reed. There was an overwhelming consensus for their rookie pick in the polls. Ergo, some managers would rather have some combination of Jackson Dart in Superflex, Tyler Warren, Travis Hunter, Colston Loveland, Matthew Golden, and Trey Harris among the rookie crop in that range. To each their own, but I'm taking Reed in a lot of these scenarios. Packers slot receiver had the highest passer rate when targeted last year, finished inside the top 20 wide receivers in yards per route run. It's the usage that's been killing him. Christian Watson is going to miss most of 2025. Slot wide receivers can be fantasy cheat codes. I think Reed can be that next year and beyond with a healthy Jordan Love. He's already been a top 30 wide receiver first 2 seasons in the league, despite pretty disappointing deployment in the Packers offense. Similar to Richardson, a late first might even be too much, so consider an early to mid second round pick for Reed. The Fantasy Pros Trade Analyzer agrees with the second round pick being enough to acquire Jayden Reed. Would you part a second round rookie pick for Jayden Reed or Anthony Richardson? Let me know in the comments. I know that with a lot of these players, prices are going to vary in different leagues and formats, but this should at least give you a ballpark idea of the going rate for some players with first round rookie picks. We'll discuss trading second and third round rookie picks more in depth when we get to part 2 of this video series. But that's all for now for part 1 of trading your dynasty rookie picks for veterans. If you enjoyed this video, be sure to give it a like, subscribe, share with your friends, just not your league mates. And again, let me know in the comments, which veterans are you targeting with some of these rookie draft picks? But before you do, be sure to check out Fantasy Pros Trade Analyzer tool. Evaluate trades with confidence using Fantasy Pros Trade Analyzer. Instantly see the impact of trades on your team. Get expert recommendations, whether you're making a 2-for-1 deal, swapping a couple of draft picks for that one stud who help you win now. The Trade Analyzer will help you optimize your roster and make smarter decisions. Try the Trade Analyzer today, fantasypros.com/myplaybook, or on the Fantasy Football My Playbook app. Dominate your league. Thanks for watching, and good luck with those dynasty trade